Biggest worries of the state government. As we take a turn to the left, as you can see, I can ask my camera to pan a little bit. Look, entire area out there, large portions still underwater. Up in front, as you can see, entire areas, entire part of the township.
It was devastating, it was disastrous, it was mortifying. On the 8th of November 2015, Chennai has witnessed one of its most dreadful floods in the history. Many homes were washed away due to this horrifying flood, throwing all people on the streets. It is in this time people seek shelter and food. More than that, they seek companionship. Now, let us look at some people who have gone out on these streets, pulled up their sleeves and opened their hearts to the people in distress, the people of NSS. The brainchild of our late President, Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, Nation Service Scheme NSS was formed on 24th September 1969 in the centenary year of great Mahatma Gandhi. Their idea, not me but you, speaks for it. The SNIST NSS team is no exception for their work in various fields and events like blood donation, Swachh Bharat, Harita Haram and many more proves their selflessness.
महात्मा गांधी को सबसे प्रिय था सफाई, स्वच्छता। क्या हमारा देश स्वच्छ नहीं हो सकता है? अगर 125 करोड़ देशवासी तय कर लें कि मैं कभी गंदगी नहीं करूंगा, तो दुनिया की कौन सी ताकत है जो हमारे शहर गांव को आकर के गंदा कर सके?
And with that call, the whole of India was into Swachh Bharat. Everyone picked up their broomsticks and started cleaning their streets. Our NSS team was one of them.
One of the great events and pride of our nation, which has brought many revolutionary changes in our nation, that is the Swachh Bharat, started by our Honorable Prime Minister, is greatly supported by our NSS team. We have not only in our college but also in the surrounding areas like Anojiguda, Yamnampet and also Gadkesar, we have brought several changes over there by cleaning the roads and also the lanes in front of the houses. Now, what is one special attention we have taken is, if we clean them and then leave it away, then in 2 or 3 days it gets back to the same state by the people over there. So we have not only done Swachh Bharat but also done an awareness camp along with Swachh Bharat, where the people over there were educated how to maintain their roads and lanes neat.
Now, we are going to talk about the most important thing that flows in our heart and runs in your veins: blood. Blood is a vital component of our body. Our life or death depends on blood. Donating blood helps to generate new blood cells in our body and also helps to save someone's life. Major deaths due to accidents happen due to profound loss of blood and unavailability of blood. The NSS team conducts blood donation and donates this blood to the patients who are in need.
We, Team NSS SNIST, play an active role in case of blood donation. We have several link-ups with several hospitals all around the city as well as state, and we, Team NSS SNIST, play an active role in case of emergency. We even conducted many medical camps in and around our campus, and many faculty as well as students played an active role in these camps.
और आपके समय है विभिन्न राज्यों की खूबसूरत और खास संदेश की झांकियों का। सबसे पहले गोवा की झांकी लाहौर, जिसमें जागरूक जनजाति की संपन्नकारी और विविधतापूर्ण सांस्कृतिक विरासतों में से एक को केंद्रित कर वहाँ की परंपरा को दर्शाया गया है।
NSS volunteer is to take you to the national level. You can earn this respect only by participating in the RD parade that can be done only in the front of the Prime Minister. There would be district level, state level, and then national level selections, which would take.
Coming to our final minutes, we will talk about something on which we depend on a daily basis, which uses something we throw and make it into useful material. Didn't get it? Trees. Trees are amazing, aren't they? We all know the importance of trees and how they help us in surviving. But unfortunately, we cut them for our needs. Forests are being turned into deserts. Instead of cutting them, we should learn to live with them. Going on this idea from NSS, Harita Harum, which is tree plantation, which encourages to plant and grow trees. Harita Harum is an important part of NSS.
In and around us, but we try even more to maintain greenery, increase the number of trees. There were several events conducted in and around us where students take an active participation. About 60% of credits goes to NSS in maintaining greenery in our college. There were several dignitaries who have taken part in this event along with NSS.
So we decided to go to an event here at Swami Vivekananda Park.
Hi guys, I'm Sahil, member of NSS, and I'm here with all my team in collaboration with Kisan Raj Foundation to conduct an awareness program regarding the ban of plastics as well as the use of saplings at your home. So my team has arrived here at 7 o'clock in the morning at Swami Vivekananda Park, and we are around about 50 to 60 people. And this is a collaboration with Kisan Raj Foundation and also GHMC, one of the well-known municipality corporation in Hyderabad. As you can see, Ms. Rajeshwari, a co-founder of Kisan Raj Foundation, is over here instructing all our students of SNIST about the rules and regulations, as well as what to do and what not to do, and how to bring awareness among each and every walker over here. So she is Ms. Rajeshwari, and beside him is Suresh, an active member of GHMC, and those are all our team of SNIST who are participating in this foundation.
How many of you have actually seen the difference? Koncham better and better. Similarly, we are seeing other different ways to ban plastic. One of them is
The volunteers of Kisan Raj Foundation briefed the volunteers of NSS about the usage of plastic.
but how many of you have seen them carry? How many of us carry those again and again? We do it, right? It's actually harmful for our health. So saying that, we are here to say to you, steel bottle. This is my personal bottle. I'm dignitaries and officials on the stage. We request you to please be seated. Great round of applause for everybody here, because without them this program wouldn't have been possible. And the ma'am is running a jute bag industry. Anna, bag. Yeah, she's making those bags on her own just to ban plastic. We'll talk about it later. Ma'am, we would like you to listen from yours of how it is in some time.
Good morning, everybody. Kuchandi. Thank you.
The dignitaries
So guys, we are having a skit on avoid plastic over there, and hope everything goes right.
We had a surprise that day. These cute little kids handed over the paper bags to create awareness about the usage of plastic. And then we went on a rally to create awareness about the usage of plastic. Now, we conclude by saying that true happiness comes by selfless service, and NSS stands by it.